Hey there, buddy. Brought you some gold. I know you've been asking for it, so there you go. Whatever you got for me, that's fine. Oh, I've been trying to breed piglins. That's right. And stuck them down here and oh. Let's not worry about them. Yeah, so I'm back here at the gold farm, just passing through. Wasn't really, never mind about that over there. Wasn't really going to do anything here. I'm more interested in what's on the other side of this portal. So we're going to go through there and work on a little bit of our project for the day, which is going to be a more larger, more encompassing project. For anyone who remembers, this is where my industrial district's going to be. I haven't finished the area yet. I've only just prepped it, so it's just a pretty blank space out there with some general flattening and terraforming happening. Today we should put in our first farm and get a little bit of that industrial district structure going. One other thing before we get started, I wanted to send a shout out to Diamond MC. He's amazing. He did this really cool fan art for me. And it came out really great. And he made a video of it. So I will link the video in the description below. Please check him out and send him some love. For now, let's get going. Oh boy. I really need to do something about this. What? Oh, it's a zombie. So this is where the main stairs to and from the gold farm is going to be eventually. This is the farm area down here. General layout of it. It's going to be bigger than this. Just clearing things to get a feel for it. This is just material that I've gathered while clearing. And I actually brought some stuff for today's build and the future of the area. These boxes are all items that are going to be staying out here just so that I have supplies, stuff I need for today's build and future builds. So this here is going to be about the center of the industrial district, and I'm going to put like a little control center here where I can sort of remotely control some of the goings-ons out here. But for my first farm, it's going to require a good amount of space, and I'm kind of wondering where I want to put it. I want it to be visible, so I want it to be on the same layer. I'm going to take a look around and see what's going to work best, and then I'll get back to you when we're ready to get going. Okay, so I've got a little bit of an area figured out. If you can see over there, there's those grass blocks placed. That's going to be the basic blueprint of the farm. And it's going to stretch from there all the way to these grass blocks. And there's a bunch of land mass here in the way. So I figured I'd do a quick time lapse of removing that. And I'd bring out my buddy Maya Cam to do it. I haven't really shown him in a while, so I thought I'd give him a little on-screen time here. He's in creative mode, so I can't really hurt him. Thinks he's all tough. Yep. Guess I'll give him the cam and we'll get going. There you go.
Taking one more breath beside you, so I could find strength to divide us. Gave it all we got, and I know we did the best we could. If I could go back, undo the mess, I would memorize your face before I go. But this is how we grow. Gotta give it up, sometimes let's go. And knowing when to kill your pride. There's no one to blame, nothing really stays the same. This is how we grow. Sometimes we hold on to let go. is how we grow. Gotta give it up sometimes, it's gold. And knowing when to kill your pride. There's no one to blame, nothing really stays the same. This is how we grow. Sometimes we hold on to let go.
I'm just here planting some seeds. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit, but not too much. If you hadn't noticed, this is gonna be a pumpkin farm mainly, with a watermelon or two thrown in here and there, just to even things out. And watermelons are kind of a little more of a pain for this farm, but this is one of my favorite farms, so I want to use them. Yeah, it's a decent size. It could be bigger, I know, but yeah, I think this will work. I've got a bunch of seeds. I'm going to go ahead and plant all the ones I have, and then we'll move on to the next step. So this farm design I'm using is one of my favorite farm designs of all time, pretty much. It's an Ilmango design, makes some great stuff, and I'll link the video to the farm in the description below. But let's see how well I can do this off of memory. So first of all, I know we need a hopper line, so that's gonna go right here. Okay. And then we're going to put some rails on every other one, just like so. Okay, so you want to put a regular piston up there like so. You want to power it, and you see it leaves the iron bar behind. That's what you want to see. So this one is done. And that one. And that's what we want to see. I'm going to go through and finish up the rest, and then we'll get to the next step. Okay, now I've got that step done. I totally didn't forget to remove the rails on the rest of them and have to do it all over again. So that was lucky. Next, what we want to do is we got to connect these guys by slime. And yes, even purple slime works. Like so. But you want to have one there, one there. All right, next I want observers, not like that. So you want to place an observer like that, and then you want to do one like that, and one like that. Now this is the basic flying machine, and it's pretty much done other than having the system to set it off. Now before I do anything else and maybe accidentally set it off, I need to set up the return station so that it comes back to me if anything bad happens. If I remember right, gotta be on this line. What is that? 2 blocks up. So let's go down here. Now, if I remember right, that should be it. I sure hope I didn't mess up. Usually you have to rebuild the flying machine if you mess up, but it's a pretty simple one to build, so it wouldn't be that big of a loss. Well, my suspicions were confirmed. I forgot how to do it properly. I set this off on accident and screwed everything up and had to rebuild it. But I did so, and it's back. And it should be set up properly now. One of the things I changed is the water sources. I slabbed them over, so they're waterlogged water sources. The carts fell into the water sources because I forgot to do that. So now I won't have the problem anymore. Also, kind of decorated with this elder prismarine a little bit. I want to start using some of it a little more, and once I run out it gives me an excuse to go get more of those elder prismarine lanterns. But yeah, so I didn't show you guys how to set off the farm. I do it a little bit different than Ilmango's. He uses a hopper timer switch, which is amazing, but I don't really need all that. I have a different method. So what I do is you have these, oh, forgot a block right there. So you have this block, and that block right there being important. You need to somehow power this piston, sticky piston, to push that observer forward so that it powers that block, which in turn powers this piston and sets the machine off. So we're going to go for the maiden voyage here of the working farm. I say working in big hopes that it is working. And yeah, let's see if this works. Right here, got the button. Amazing, right? Perfect. Perfection. I have no idea what's wrong. That should have worked. Aha! I think I found the culprit. This slime block here is sticking to this block, which won't let him move. That wasn't supposed to be there. Let's try this again. Please work. Oh wait, I should put this block back. Please work. Yes! It's off. It's gathering pumpkins and melons. Hopper picks them all up. The jack-o'-lanterns are lights. The slime blocks won't interact with jack-o'-lanterns, so it's a decent light source to use for these. It's gonna hit that return station and should go back, please. Aw, yeah, look at that. Anything that's grown since it's gone out will be picked up on the way back. I'll put a fence up on this side so the pumpkins can't grow in this direction. And into its bay. Awesome. I love it. And so now all the pumpkins and melons that were picked up are inside the hopper minecarts being passed down through the hoppers and into here. And there we go. We got 55 melons and 55 pumpkins. Not too bad for our first little bit of a haul there. This thing will produce really well, really fast, especially with the size it is. I'm going to do a little more decorating and improving just the mechanics of the farm, and I'll get back to you guys. Okay, I'm back. It looks like everything's together for now. I put the fence in to secure the pumpkins and melons on the inside of the farm so they don't grow on the outside. I've also built a little bit of a enclosure for this side. It still needs a little work, but it's a basic shape. And you can see here, that kind of thing. Sort of like a lean-to structure, I guess you could say. And we don't have anything in here right now. I went ahead and let them grow. Pretty much it's all grown, I think. There's going to be some slots that don't fill in just because of the patterns that they're growing and stuff. But I think this is going to be a full charge here. So before we go, I want to do one quick full harvest and see what we get out of it. So let's do this. Look at that thing go. A masterpiece. A few things have regrown on the way back. Not too bad. Okay, the results are in. I'm a little surprised by what we got, considering how many more pumpkins than melons there are here, but check this out. Got 4 and about a half stack, more than a half a stack of each. So it looks like this farm is going to be fairly balanced, which that's pretty cool. Well, I guess that's going to be it for today from the site of my new industrial district. This is Maya, signing off. Hey there, everybody. So, the video's not over just yet, it turns out. Last night after I finished recording, I was thinking to myself about the build, and I really like it. It's a great pumpkin farm, it's what I need, and it's going to be very useful. But it felt like the video and the build needed something a little more, so I came back last night, I touched up some things down there, I made that end a little better. I put a bit of an overhang on it. I fixed up the fencing around the area so that nothing will be falling in here, screwing up the farmland. But I also built something else just to bring the theming together. There it is. I made a mean-looking pumpkin jack-o'-lantern up there on the hill. I really like it. I think it brings the build together. Gives it a bit of creativity to it and something nicer to look at. And yeah, I think I might do something like this around the outskirts for all the different builds maybe, or just something so it's decorated and industrial out here. It's a pumpkin, so I tried to make it like a little bit awkward shaped, but really a pumpkin needs to be bigger to have full detail of a pumpkin. So in general, I think it came out okay. Here's the stem up top. It's got a little bit of leaf on it. Yeah, a little swirly pumpkin stem, like you would see. There it is, my pumpkin. Hope you guys like it, and I really think it brings the build together, and this time for real. See you later, guys.